Coming up on Spartan Sports Report, seeking the Big Ten win record, Tom Izzo and the men's basketball team played in a duo of games with history on the line. The women's basketball team hunted for a win after a loss to the rival Michigan, and the wrestling team closed out the remainder of its conference play.
Welcome into the Spartan Newsroom for this brand new episode of Spartan Sports Report. I'm Serena Schroeder.
And I'm Derek Mitchell. Serena, there were a ton of MSU sports on the road this week.
There were, Derek, and with softball, baseball, and golf in full swing, spring sports are finally on the horizon.
They absolutely are. And we've still got some winter sports finishing up as well, which is where we'll start with the men's basketball team. The number 11 ranked Michigan State men's basketball team faced Big Ten opponents in Indiana and Illinois. Head coach Tom Izzo was in pursuit of the men's Big Ten wins record, looking to surpass former Indiana coach Bobby Knight. Friends and family of Coach Izzo were in attendance in hopes of making history against the Hoosiers. The Spartans started out strong in the first half, leading by as much as 12 early on. The Hoosiers, however, ended the half on a 24-9 run, taking a 32-29 lead into halftime. Indiana's success in the paint continued in the second half as the Spartans couldn't neutralize the Hoosiers' attack. The Spartans and the Hoosiers traded free throws in the final seconds before Trey Holloman missed the last three-pointer as MSU fell short, losing 71-67, and history would have to wait. The Spartans looked to avenge their loss on Tuesday with a trip to Champaign, Illinois to take on the Fighting Illini. Illinois started off hot, building a lead as high as 16 in the first 12 minutes of the game, led by its star freshman Kesper Yokachunas with 13 first-half points. The green and white will respond with a run of its own with a dunk by Cohen Carr and 6 first-half points for Jace Richardson, which got MSU within 4 at the break. The second half featured back-and-forth action with Spartan senior captain Jaden Akins delivering huge back-to-back layups to give MSU the lead. It remained tight until Jace Richardson's and one layup put MSU in the driver's seat as the Spartans would finish the game on a 15-0 run and get the historic Big Ten win, number 354, for their head coach, Tom Izzo. Jackson Kohler was the big star for MSU with a career-high 23 points on the night, but it was all an in-effort to keep MSU on top of the Big Ten race. Coach Izzo had this to say about the state of their season.
It's a lot more difficult. The most important thing about Saturday is it still keeps us in the hunt. And, right now that's been my goal since the day I got here, is after we won our first Big Ten championship, I said if we could have 2-3 weeks left to go in the season and you're in the hunt, that's what you got to be. And then from there on, it's...
After a disappointing loss to Michigan, the number 22 Michigan State women's basketball team was looking to get back on track as they welcomed in the Wisconsin Badgers to the Breslin Center. The Spartans' defense was aggressive from the jump, with the team's well-known full-court press showing off and contributing to an early lead. Junior forward Grace Van Slooten led the way for the green and white, tallying 22 points on the night and helped extend the Spartan lead to 11 at the end of the first quarter. Wisconsin was able to cut the Michigan State lead down to 7 in the middle of the second, backed by consecutive threes. MSU's domination continued in the second half as junior guard Theron Halleck sparked an impressive Spartan run. Freshman center Inez Sotelo continued to fuel the fire as she put up a career-high 17 points. Michigan State would not look back as they took down Wisconsin in impressive fashion, winning 91-71. Spartan head coach Robin Freilich had high praise for Van Slooten after the win.
Well, and a lot of credit to Grace for being really efficient. She had Williams on her a lot, who was the reigning Big Ten Defensive Player of the Year last year, so a tough matchup. But I just thought she did a good job picking her spots, getting balanced, getting good angles.
Following the home blowout win, MSU then traveled to Los Angeles to face number 1 ranked UCLA. Michigan State battled hard throughout the tight contest. 3 Spartans reached double figures, with Halleck's 19 being the top mark for the green and white. The Spartans held the lead till 44 seconds left when UCLA's joint point leaders Tamia Gardner sank a shot from beyond the arc to sink MSU's hope of an upset in the 75-69 defeat. With the loss, the Spartans fall to 19-6 and will try to get back afloat tomorrow as they finish their West Coast trip against number 6 USC.
The number 6 MSU gymnastics team traveled to Lincoln, Nebraska to take on the number 23 Cornhuskers this past Saturday. Stellar performances came from Skylar Schulte, who claimed both the beam and floor titles, and Nikki Smith, the reigning Big Ten Gymnast of the Week, secured a share of the all-around title. Michigan State barely escaped the Huskers, but finished with a 196.725 to 196.7 victory. The now number 7 ranked Spartans moved to 7-2 overall and 4-1 in the Big Ten. They will return home for their final Big Ten meet of the season against Rutgers this Saturday.
The women's tennis team traveled to Lynchburg, Virginia for 2 matches this weekend. Friday night, MSU defeated James Madison 4-1, with freshman Amara Brombaugh winning 6-1 and 6-2 in the straight sets against Mia Silvek. Michigan State went on to earn its second sweep of the month with a 7-0 victory over Liberty. The Spartans are now 6-2 on the season and will host Youngstown State and Ball State this weekend.
The men's wrestling team closed out conference play with 2 Big Ten duels this past weekend. On Friday, MSU dropped a 28-7 loss to number 12 Rutgers at Jersey Mike's Arena. After Rutgers took a commanding 28-0 lead, number 26 Remy Cotton had the biggest upset of the night for the Green and White with an 11-2 major decision over John Poznansky. Max Vanadia also secured a win in the heavyweight bout against Rutgers' John O'Donnell. However, the 2 victories weren't enough for the Spartans, as they would head back to East Lansing 0-7 in conference duels. Looking for a better result against the number 19 ranked Wolverines, the Spartans getting off to a fast start over Caleb Weand over a 6-0 shutout victory, having full control through all periods. Andy Hampton following up with the impressive 3-2 decision at 1:33 after a last-minute takedown. Michigan State's bench was fired up. Then the Wolverines responding with 2 wins of their own, but Braden Stauffenberg tying things back up with a win over Czar Walker. Cesar Garza bringing the Jenison up to its feet, picking up a 4-1 victory at the 174-pound weight class in sudden victory. Michigan taking 4 out of the last 5 matches of the afternoon, beating the Spartans 27-12, the Wolverines' 15th straight rivalry win. Michigan State ends the Big Ten season 0-8 and will hope to pick up a non-conference win at Central Michigan this Friday.
As snow continues to fall, spring sports just can't wait. They would even go as far as carry North Carolina to play ball. Spartan baseball kicked off its 2025 campaign facing the Western Michigan Broncos. The offense struggled in Game 1 with just 1 hit, but pulled through with a 2-0 score thanks to Joseph Jurwa. He dominated with 6 scoreless innings, 1 hit, and 11 strikeouts. The Spartans continued their dominance and took the second game 6-3. On Saturday, MSU completed its trips to Carolina with a doubleheader against Monmouth, with another lockdown performance by the Green and White pitching staff. Holding the Hawks to just 1 run in 2 games, winning 2-0 and 4-1, Michigan State baseball will now head west to Texas for a matchup against Washington State on Friday.
The softball team traveled to Athens, Georgia this past weekend to compete in the Red and Black Showcase. The Spartans started off strong on Friday, defeating Longwood 7-2 for their second win of the season. Pitcher J.C. Schuler tied the program record for most single-game strikeouts by a freshman, striking out 12 Longwood batters. Impressive. After losing to number 10 Georgia and facing a 2-game cancellation on Saturday due to inclement weather, Michigan State returned with a huge win on Sunday, taking down Western Carolina 9-1 in 6 innings. On Thursday, the Spartans will head to San Antonio, Texas for the Roadrunner Classic.
Now a little bit further south, the Michigan State women's golf team was breaking records in sunny Sarasota, Florida, where MSU hosted 14 teams in the Spartan Suncoast Invitational. Katie Liu had an impressive Monday, shooting 7 under par, her personal best and the 4th lowest score in team history. In the final round, the entire team shot 12 under par with a total of 276, which tied their 2nd lowest team score in program history. Brooke Bierman finished in 8th place and was Michigan State's highest finisher of the weekend. This score helped the Spartans win a tiebreaker with Ohio State and walk away with the trophy. The Spartans will have some time off and will then head back to warmer weather in the beautiful Augusta, Georgia in March.
It's cold running weather, so it's a good thing that the track team is in its indoor season. The team was split around the country this past weekend between the GVSU Big Meet, the Badgers Windy City Invitational, and the BU David Hemery Valentine's Invitational. Friday's meet in Madison was highlighted by Riley Ho taking first place in the men's 5K race. On Saturday in Boston, Rachel Forsyth broke the school record for the 3K race with a time of 8:53.50. This Friday, the track and field team are going into enemy territory in Ann Arbor for the Silverstone Invitational.
Thank you for tuning into this week's episode of Spartan Sports Report.
For more content, check out the Spartan Newsroom website as well as all of our social medias. I'm Derek Mitchell.
And I'm Serena Schroeder. We'll see you next time.